I live in arguably the best place in Australia to own a four-wheel drive, Tasmania. But there's one problem I have. This isn't really a four-wheel drive. It might say four-wheel drive here on the side, but when the going gets tough, it's really only two. So today, we're gonna be installing electric diff locks in the old girl, and then later on, we're gonna test this thing out and see exactly how capable it is. So really, what are we waiting for? Let's get going. What's going on, guys? I am in Adelaide Hills to be specific. And I'm on my way into Adelaide City to a place called LTG 4x4. And we're getting diff locks put in the Troopy. What? I am so excited. For those of you that don't know, the Troopy is unlocked. It's an old girl, so that wasn't something that they didn't really come with factory lockers until probably 2007 when they brought out the V8, and this being the old 99 model, which is pre that era. So we're gonna get front and rear electric lockers put in, which will be sick. Cannot wait to show you guys what it's like and how much of a difference it makes. Oh, Adelaide Hills, guys, hills. Come on, girl. That's 3,000 RPMs. Anyway, they're not far from here, so hopefully I'll be able to go in there and film some stuff. Not certain, but we hope so, because I have no idea how lockers work properly, and I'm gonna figure it out and then I'm gonna tell you how they work. All I know is that you push a button and it works. But we're about to figure it out, yeah? All right, let's get to it. All right, so welcome to LTG 4x4 in Adelaide. Tom here doesn't usually install products for customers at the shop, but he does have a hoist, the tools, the know-how, the experience, and everything else needed to basically be appointed as Land Cruiser Jesus. And we've luckily roped him into installing our diff locks on site. Apparently, well, according to Tom, installing these electric diff locks is quite simple and straightforward. And to be honest, with how fast we've got this rear diff out here and on the bench, I'm beginning to believe him. This is our locker.
So there we go there. Set of instructions, detailed instructions, which you can follow through in a minute. First page in. This booklet for your glove box.
Easy.
Right, it's got a QR code. It'll take to a page on the website you can only get to through that QR code.
Yep.
Information on how to operate.
Yep.
Maintenance, what to do, what not to do. Mm-hmm. Right, that stays in your glove box, been laminated so it doesn't ever wears out. So that's what this says here. To the fitter, make sure that goes in the car. And then from there, there's some general information and tools you need, how to get the diff out of the car, which we've just done.
Oh,
the
yeah.
axles out.
I can see we need the
dial indicator. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a set of detailed instructions, step by step, all the way through. How to then adjust the backlash to get it right at the end. If you're not an expert, get a professional to do it. And you can get somebody, you can pull the diff out.
Yeah, yeah, and then take this, like I can pull that out and then take it into someone. Not you, because you don't do this.
No, but
somewhere. Well, you do, yeah.
Anyway, and then there's how to put the wiring together. Then there's the wiring loom diagram instructions for the switch. And again, the do's and don'ts. And that is your comprehensive LTG instructions.
Wow.
And then on this one, it has a bracket. You'll see where that goes later, a switch. And then the coupling and the little gland that we have to drill a hole through later.
Oh, okay.
So
that just goes through this part of that?
Just goes through the case, yeah. You'd be surprised how soft that actually is as far as the steel goes. But what you've actually got, I mean, I can do this later, but that little thing there, that rubber gland sits inside, right? That screws in and seals. I always put a little bit of sealant on there as well. That goes in, the wires come through, and then this stainless steel top screws down, and as you screw that down, it clamps those clamps the fingerlings, and like you can pull and pull and pull. It doesn't move. It's completely water and.
Really? Full. That's great. And there's no welding or anything, which is great.
No, and that comes from carry bearings. About 85% of our lockers now come with carry bearings and seals. There's very, very few that don't. We've gone to trouble to find those bearings. Yeah. And that's basically your kit.
That's sick.
So we'll whiz that apart.
So for now, we're going to get stuck into installing these lockers in the Troopy. Tom was a wealth of knowledge on these lockers, as this specific locker is partly his design. I was super curious to how these work and the difference between air and electric, which was super interesting. The install went fairly smoothly as well. It definitely helps having people who know what they're doing around. But as Tom said earlier, it was fairly simple. Most people could easily pull their Diff out at home and take it someplace to be set up and installed correctly, saving them sometimes thousands on labour costs. LTG sells these bad boys online as well, and a heap of other stuff. That's actually how I found Tom, by doing my research and figuring out that LTG lockers are the best bang for buck. We finished off by running the wiring into the roof console of the Troopy, so the switches were in the prime position. And now, it's time to test them out.
Okay, welcome back to the future, ladies and gentlemen. We are today at Jeffrey's track. So this is the start of the track. This track is probably, 20 minutes out of Hobart. So it's the closest four-wheel drive track to where I live in Tasmania. Now it's known for deep bog holes and all that kind of stuff. As you can see here, these are just really puddles. But what I've chosen for our test track today is this section here. This kind of thing, slippery mud, deep ruts, is exactly where lockers are going to shine. So unfortunately I wasn't able to test the Troopy unlocked, but without the diff lockers on, it's basically like it was unlocked anyway. It did have an LSD in the rear, but it never worked. It was basically unlocked. It was just worn out. A 300,000 kilometer old Toyota Land Cruiser LSD. Everyone knows it's not really gonna work. So this might not look like much on camera, but I can tell you what, steep sections like here, it's gonna be a struggle. So if you've never seen our Troopy before, this is the old girl. She's a 1999 HZJ 78. So we're running a 2-inch fulcrum lift under here. Nothing special, just standard arms and all that kind of stuff. Just the standard kit. 2-inch with 300 kilo leaves in the rear. And we're also on the Maxxis Razor mud tires. These are a bead-lock capable wheel, but they're not bead-locked right now. And for the purpose of this test, I'm gonna run full highway pressure. Usually when I'm off-roading, I would let my tires down for extra traction. But in this scenario, I really want to find out how much difference the lockers are going to make. First things first, we've just got to cross this puddle here, which, whoa, I actually didn't realize it was this deep. And then I'll turn around and we'll come back and hit that obstacle again. We are unlocked right now. So we're just driving up to here. Oh, wow. Expected to be that deep. How many doors under? So this is just first gear, low range. See how it goes, unlocked. It's probably just gonna crawl up here. It's a bit of a tractor, this thing. Oh, she doesn't like that, does she? So normally I wouldn't be able to get up here. It would be unlocked. This is it. As you guys can see, only 2 wheels are spinning. Now, that's where the magic buttons come in. That's rear diff lock. So I'll back up a little bit, a slight bit, and we'll see if we can get up. I mean, as you can see then, both tyres spun and we got a lot closer to getting up. Might be cause for both diff locks. Twin locked. Now all 4 wheels are forced to spin at the same time. Look at that. That's crazy, isn't it? So in theory, once you're done with an obstacle, you would then unlock your diffs. Just makes it driving heaps easier. It takes a lot less load off the car. Now usually what you would do is when you come up to an obstacle, you know you're going to need them. you'd flick them on before. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna hit it unlocked first. She went up there. So you can see there, doesn't want it. Let's try this again. I reckon we're only gonna need front locker for this. Let us pull us up. So remember, you don't need both, but it's handy to have them both. Oh. See how we're sliding over into that tree? I've just unlocked the diff now to get us off. This is proving to be a lot tougher than I thought. That's a hard obstacle. So what we might do is we might try and position ourselves up a little bit here like this. I've got my front diff unlocked so I can steer. Now I know that it's up here and I'm pointed in the direction that I want to go. I'll then put both diff locks on. We are now basically a tank. Very crossed up here. Hopefully that comes to our advantage. I don't have a winch to get up this, so we're gonna have to figure a way around this, guys. We need to figure something out. Alright. Let's unlock and back up and reposition. We're gonna try and straddle here. Now I'm up. I'm gonna stop. Diff lock's on, so I've got full traction. Diff lock's off. So we made it up, guys. Now, I'd just like to say that this kind of thing is just something that I would never have been able to attempt before. It's hard to get perspective on the camera of how big of a rut this is. But to be able to climb things like this is just a game changer. You can see here, I've been dragging my tow ball. I probably could have taken that out. Sorry. I'm just grading the track for everyone. But this section here, it's hard to give perspective on camera. So guys, that has made our Troopy. Like, that is intense. None of our other cars would ever have gone up there. The Prado or the Hilux. There is no chance. I know both of them and I four-wheel drive them a lot. There is no chance. And you know what? The Troopy making it up here, I reckon that's worth a subscribe from you guys. We need to put our 3 cars to the test. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see that. If you would like to see an off-road challenge between the 3 cars. So the Prado, the Hilux, and the Troopy. Bring them back here to something like this, some sort of little track here, and we see how they do. Because they're 3 different setups, 3 relatable setups, and they're all different vehicles. The Prado has the technology, the Hilux has the pedigree, but it has the lightness and the simplicity. Then there's the Troopy, which is now twin locked, and a super tourer, if I might say. So they're 3 different vehicles. Added bonus to this setup as well is that if I have my hubs unlocked, I can have rear diff, low range, 2-wheel drive with a diff lock. So real 2-wheel drive. And a lot of factory cars will not let you do that. Even if your car might come with a factory rear diff lock, it won't let you put it in unless it's in 4-wheel drive. So even I can run the diff lock in this in high range if I want to. High range 2-wheel drive with a diff lock.
Sometimes you're out in the paddocks and you want to go round in circles, and it's very good for that. And you can't even tell that they're in there. But anyway, guys, I hope that you guys gathered a lot out of that video. I'm loving the diff lockers. There's still a lot more to come with this car. So stay tuned and I'll see you next video.